As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 72 of Running the Red Line. I am your host Brett, and I am joined as always by Andy. How you doing,
Sorry,
mate?
I wasn't concentrating then. You made me jump there when you went, hello! I was accidentally scrolling through something, and I just did that horrible thing where you accidentally liked something, and then you have to panic to unlike it and hope that no one's realised that you've liked it. Not only that, I did a ha-ha on it.
Oh, wow. What was it that you liked accidentally?
There's a running club that are having an in-house. It's actually quite apt, actually. It's actually quite Freudian. They're having a in-house London Marathon ballot for everyone that missed out on the ballot, and I've just laughed at it. But I've removed. Actually, I might put it back, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
Brilliant.
yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm like pretty much everyone right now. I just permanently feel like I've wet myself.
Just melting constantly.
The level of clam is quite severe, isn't it? It's we're both sat here. I don't know if you can hear this on the audio. I can't hear it listening to your audio, but we've both got our fans on.
Yeah.
Because it is in our house, it's red hot. In your house, I'm sure it's absolutely boiling.
It is ridiculous. And also in this room, I've filled this room. I've basically chosen the hottest room in the house to do the podcast from, but I've also filled it with loads of stuff at the moment, so it's made it even hotter. Because last week I had my had a log burner fitted. Yep. Finally, after a couple of years of waiting to get it done, finally got my butt into gear. And then when that was done, I suddenly went, right, I'm going to get everything sorted in the lounge, and started ripping up the carpet and just cutting the carpet to bits and throwing it out the conservatory window out onto the patio. And so I've just got bare floorboards. So I got a little orbital sander and started sanding the floorboards with a hoover on. And it took so long, I was like, right, I'm going to have to get the big guns out here. So I borrowed my dad's belt sander. And then as soon as I turned that on, it just kicked dust everywhere. And I was like, right, I'm going to have to do it properly. So I've basically pulled everything out of my lounge so that all the contents of my lounge are now either in my kitchen or in this room where I am now. So I'm just surrounded by boxes and stuff.
Dust gets everywhere though, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, so all the contents are everywhere, so I can start sanding at the start of next week, because I need to get it done before the start of August, because I won't be able to do anything during August.
Oh, God.
So I need to get the floor sanded and then finished in whatever finish I do. I don't know whether to oil it yet or to water-based matte varnish it. I haven't decided yet.
Should we do like a Running the Red Line kind of help someone in need? And we can all take it in shifts. We can all do an hour each and tag in the next person.
Yeah,
I'll tag in Kyle Blacketer. He can tag in Gary Manders. Manders can tag in D Cook Reese. Yeah, we can all just take it in turns.
Exactly. There we go. Yeah, but so that's my next job on the cards, is to try and get the floor sorted. But it's so hot; it's going to be the sweatiest mess in there and dusty as hell at the same time. So basically, all the sawdust is just going to stick to every part of my body, and I'll just be a walking, sawdust man.
Have you got a Darth Vader mask? Have you got a decent?
Yeah.
Breathing
I've got some. What do they call it? PPT. No, PPE. PPE.
Oh yeah.
PPE. It's not PPT. PPE. Yeah.
Oh, well, I bring back some good memories.
Personal protective equipment.
PPE. Oh God, remember that was on everyone's lips for the whole of 2020.
Yeah.
There was a few words, wasn't there, that kind of came into fashion, and a few phrases that we'd never heard, like the word furlough. None of us had ever used it ever before, and then that was all you'd hear about.
Yeah.
And herd immunity. That was another one.
Yeah.
But no, so
herd immunity. Yeah, you're not allowed to see anyone. Now go and see a group of people and just share it around. Oh, you're not allowed to see anyone again now, though. What?
Yeah. Don't forget to be in your bubble.
Yeah.
Bubbles.
But yes, it is stupidly warm. What have you been up to this week?
It's been a lot of working from home. I've done a lot of computer work, which is not really what I've wanted to do in this weather, because even though it's very warm, it's like a nice problem to have, if that makes sense. I don't mind being out as long as, because the job that I do, I'm not a bricklayer. Do you know what I mean? I don't have a job or a gardener where it's really intense and there's no shade. You know, from what I do, it's relatively straightforward, but I don't mind being out and about. So having to work in all week has been a bit pants, really. So I've just been, been trying to get a load of editing finished and all that sort of stuff. But it's been Prime Day or Prime Week, Amazon Prime Week. So and
it got you bad, didn't it?
I've spent far too much money. Yeah, but Prime Day for me, I get more excited about Prime Day than like Christmas Day. I don't know why. But what makes me laugh is I know this, I'm aware of it, but I do it anyway. It's one of those things. I know the prices, maybe you'll save 1 or 2%. I love it how they say was £100, now £70. The thing was that retails for 73 quid, but they put it up to 100 quid last week. So then you think, oh my God, 30 quid, 40 quid off this week. Yeah, go on, I'll get 2. So I know, I'm well aware, but you kind of know the big things, don't you? That are really good value. Like I bought a drone this week, and I've had my eye on that particular one for 18 months, and that was been 980 quid for a long time, and I saw it for 730. So I was like, I'm having it. I'm not having it. I know it's a lot of money, but I'm having it.
Just
bought a new action cam as well.
Just very quickly, I want to go back to your previous example. Just because you displayed your outstanding maths very, very well in your example.
I know what you're going to say, because I forgot if I'd said 70 or 60. I thought I said 60. Well, I think I said 70 originally. I thought I'll let that one slide. I hope no one's...
No, I caught it. Of course I did.
Of course you did.
But anyway, so you bought a drone. What drone did you go for? Are you going to let this one fly off and go off into the distance?
There is next to no chance that's happening, because I will spend the rest of my life looking for it for 740 quid. But this is it. This is the bad boy. It's folded away. So it's a bit of a chunky monkey. It's
is it a transformer?
It's still under the legal limit. It's still like one of the mini range of drones. So it's still, it's one of those where you need a license, obviously, but you don't have to pass like an £800. There's a little test. I can't remember the name of the test that you need to do if your drone is 1 gram heavier.
Like a pilot license.
Basically, yeah. But I'm still using it very gingerly because it's different to my old one, and I'm worried that I'm going to drop it or something. But it does something that I've really wanted from a drone, and that is active track. So there it is. There's the bad boy.
Wow.
Here she is. It's called the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Oops. And it's amazing. I had a little fly around the driveway with it today. It was like, chase me. It was chasing me around the garden. And Yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. Now, the one that I lost, which was a few months ago now, that is like this one's little nephew, not even little brother. Like it's that thing doesn't really do anything like what this thing can do. Like this thing is really quite wind resistant. It's got loads of good features on it. It doesn't make that noise that the old DJI Neo that I lost makes. This actually is almost next to silent, which I don't know how they've managed to do that. So I'm just really, really excited. And it's not just a YouTube thing like the other thing was. I can use this for work. So that really is the main reason I'm buying it. The main reason I bought it, it's got obstacle avoidance sensors in almost every direction. So it should be like the Titanic. It should be impossible to crash.
And you're not going to drive it into a hill again.
You don't know with me. There could be some collisions, but I'm looking forward to having a bit of fun with it. And that was one of the things I bought. This was the other thing I bought. It's a DJI. I've gone DJI crazy. The DJI Action 4.
Oh,
I've got it in its little so it's like a GoPro, but it's the DJI version. But look at this. The longest selfie stick ever. It's like a magician's trick. Yeah, keep going. Keeping going. Keeps going. It's still going. Look how big it is. Massive. Can't even get it in. It's bigger than like a snooker cue. And it's got one of these modes on it that the Insta 360s have, where you can make it like an invisible selfie stick.
It hides the stick.
So you do look like a bit of an idiot. You just look like you're running doing that.
Yeah.
But it gets rid of the rather cumbersome selfie stick. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go.
I'm glad you said trick when you said it's like a magician's, because I wondered where you were going with that.
Yes. Not as dodgy as it probably sounds or could have sounded. But
what will the Action Pro 4 replace?
My GoPro, because I've been using that as my vlogging camera ever since I've had a YouTube channel. Basically, the first race I ever did, or the second race I ever did, was the Coventry Half Marathon. And I don't know if anybody did this race in 2021, I think it was, but it just rained like the worst rain I've ever seen. And it was horrid. And it ruined my camera because I stupidly used one of those battery-powered selfie sticks. And you have to plug a USB-C into the side of it. And halfway through, for some reason, I don't know why, I was fiddling around with it. I took out the thing and replugged it back in. Water got in, ruined the camera. So then I went and bought a GoPro, and I've had that ever since. And just getting a bit fed up with my GoPro for a few reasons. But I've had my GoPro now for 3 years.
So what did
4
the
years.
battery-powered selfie stick do? Why was it battery-powered?
Because it was charging my Osmo, my camera, as I was going. So my battery would never go lower than 90%.
I see. So it wasn't a battery-powered selfie stick. It was a
lithium
battery
ion
to charge your...
Sorry. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So it was
the
like
selfie stick didn't do anything with the battery. It wasn't like didn't have like movement or anything on it.
No. It's just like a heavy version of a selfie stick. 'Cause it was a big chunky battery. And that should have been my first warning sign. Don't take a 2 kilo selfie stick running around a half marathon with you. So I had to take that round with me. And so I ruined that. That was like video 3 on my, a bit like on a tangent here, but like, you know how we number our podcasts?
Yeah.
I'm really glad I've numbered my vlogs from the very, very start, because I'm almost at like 250 now. I mean, I know a lot of people put out a video a day, for example, but like, I just love the idea that I can say back in episode 3, this happened, or 52 or something like that.
Yeah.
Remember episode 100?
Of yours?
You were in it. Yeah. Your bus was in it.
Oh, was it Western?
Yeah.
What,
was,
really?
That was episode 100. So I've got 250 coming up in the next few videos. So
are you doing anything special for 250 as it's quarter of a century?
Well, I'll just quickly see what number I'm on now, but I think I'm on about 240 or 200 and something like that. So the last one I just did was, can't read it. I think it was 240, yeah. But no, to answer your question, no, I don't have anything planned because 250 to me just seems like a bit of a weak milestone. Sorry if anyone's on the 249th Parkrun this week. But for me, it's like 100, 500, 1,000. 250 just feels a bit, I don't know. But maybe, having said that, yeah, I'll run 250 mile. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
That might not be such a joke in a few weeks, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
So I shall say more in due course.
250 mile. Wow. Okay. How long is that going to be over?
I'm not going to say because I'm going to reveal all next week.
Wow. Okay.
I've got a summer challenge coming up, and what I've been doing since I finished my speedy stuff a week or two ago, I've just been concentrating on ultras. I wouldn't say ultra running is my first love because I don't think it is, but I just really enjoy having a slower, longer section in between intense training for a 5K and then training for a marathon. So I think it's the perfect way for me to, adventure a little bit and then get that out of my system and then knuckle down again, because it's like too much of one thing. You'll get bored of it eventually. And if you're anything like me, I get bored really, really, really quickly. So with just doing a month or 6 weeks of these ultra kind of adventures, like I went on last Saturday night, which we'll talk about a bit, like I eventually would lose my love for it if I was doing one every week. So that's why I'm quite glad I can sort of pick it up and put it down. But I was thinking of doing 7 ultra challenges in my 6 weeks. I know it sounds a lot. One of them I did last week, which was hang
on, 7 ultras in 6 weeks.
Yep. So one of them I did last week, which was a absence of daylight challenge. So that was the nighttime challenge. In no particular order, one that I want to do is a boredom challenge, which I will explain. I will do an elevation challenge, maybe a distance challenge. I don't know. I've got a few others. I don't know. I've got a few other ideas. But the one I think I'm going to do on Sunday is one of these where I want to almost go full Goggins mode. And I want to do laps of somewhere really dull. You know exactly where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
For 50 kilometers to try and beat my PB, which sounds horrendous to so many people. But I just feel like I really want to suffer. Like I love that feeling of suffering, which is weird. You know how people you'll know how it feels when you're flogging yourself within an inch of your life doing a 5K. That's how I feel going into an ultra. I like depriving myself of no sleep or of no, I don't know, just of luxury, basically. So, I'm thinking of doing laps of Worcester Racecourse on Sunday as a training run for my big thing that I'm trying to do in a week or two.
So are you going to work off GPS, or do you know the exact distance of a loop of Worcester?
No, it's going to be a time trial. So it's going to be just a GPS thing, because I don't know the exact loop. Someone could probably tell me. I tell you, who probably knows. Mac, friend of the podcast, Mac. Yeah. He actually probably knows the exact distance because he's a numbers man. So maybe it might be worthwhile me asking him. But even then, he might only know the distance because of GPS. Yeah. So it might not be an official. But then again, there is a Worcester 10K. There's a parkrun every week, so I might be able to work it out. But
what I think you should do is, for the first lap, you need to run with a trundle wheel, measure it.
Yeah.
And then you'll know for certain.
Or what about a tape measure? So how long's a tape measure? 10 meters or something? Every 10 meters I'll stop, reel it back in.
Slide back in and then start again. Yeah. Nice. I like that.
That'll be my first lap. It'll take about 19 hours. But yeah, I'm thinking, tell me if this sounds crazy in this weather, but an easy 10K for me at the moment is about, not in the heat, it'll probably be about 53 minutes, something like that, 52 minutes. At the moment, I'm running easy 10Ks about 57, 58 because it's quite warm. Could I do a 10K an hour challenge, running to the car and having a 2-minute break, whenever I run past the car? Well, it'd have to be whenever I run past the car, wouldn't it? Because I couldn't do it every 10K. And then using that as my aid station. And then try and have 2-minute rest, which I know is not a lot for an ultra, but then an easy 10K times 5. So could I do a sub? That would be the dream for me, because I'll never do an easier ultra than running round the Worcester race course, because it is dead flat.
Flat.
Yeah. And it's tarmac, well, most of it. And yeah, whenever you're going to find a race, let alone a bloody ultra, that is that flat. So
yeah,
I think I would have a go at doing it. Sub 5 would be the dream.
What's your PB over at the 50K?
GPS 7 hours, and I did that during Race to the Stones.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, but the thing is with these ultras, I've noticed that you always say, well, I'll run at this nice easy pace because then it'll be easy all day. But the problem is, when was the last time you went for a 50K easy run?
Exactly.
It's not quite so easy beyond 25K, really, because you don't do your easy runs really that long, do you? So you then start spending longer on your feet, so then you start getting more tired. So it is actually quite difficult to hold what you would quote unquote an easy pace.
Yeah.
So that's the science of ultra running. It really is quite, because the longer you are on your feet, the longer you're in the elements, under the sun, in the heat, getting exhausted, hungry, tired. Yeah, the harder it gets.
Yeah. Unless you're, what's his name? Was it Phil Gore who did the Dead Cow Ultra? Did you hear what his pace was in his last lap?
Absolutely crazy. Did we go through that in the last episode?
Yeah,
I think we might have.
We talked about it quickly, yeah.
Yeah, I think he ran faster than me. My 5K was faster than me, wasn't it?
It was mental.
Chill out, Phil. You've done 800K and then you just fancy a 5K PB. Unbelievable. I wonder what his 5K PB would be, because he'd obviously have an insane kind of metabolism. So he's probably very light on his feet. But like we were chatting, weren't we? Well, it was on a WhatsApp group we were in. The hardest geezer came up because he ran a PB, didn't? Or no, he ran.
No, he did his first ever parkrun. Did his first ever parkrun,
and he did it in about 18,
something like that. But his PB is 16 something. Yeah.
So I mean, I wonder if that's something to do with how sort of slight he is, because he's quite a small fella, isn't he? He's quite thin, quite skinny, and that if you've got, I don't know, if you've got speed in your legs, that's gonna bode well for you, isn't it? So that was quite interesting that he's maybe going after 16 minutes again. So yeah, but yeah, the ultra challenge. I think I might have a little run around Pitchcroft Sunday morning then.
Okay.
It's gonna be during the heat wave. I'm going to get out nice and early.
So what time? Yeah, what time are you starting? So you're hoping to hit 5 hours. What time will you start? So what time will you finish?
Oh, I'll probably get out of bed for about 6. I'll probably get down there for about 6:30, 7. So 7 till 12, I think. Okay. I'll try and do.
I was going to say, because if you go any further past 12, you're going to start hitting the hottest point of the day, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, and I still haven't got. This is again something I'm going to have to talk about. I still haven't got a new watch. My watch ran out of battery on my ultra last week. I was hoping I'd see one on Prime Day, but I didn't. And so I'm kind of worried that my watch will let me down again on Sunday. But my problem is with my watch, right? It was a wedding present from Laura, so I feel so guilty trading it in for a newer model. If I did, I'd probably have to not tell her. See if she noticed. She would. Yeah. She's my wife. She'd notice straight away.
Yeah, of course she would.
She knows anything. Yeah.
Can you keep the watch running and have it charging at the same time?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, but what really annoyed me about last week was I got to say 40 or 30k last week. It said 10% remaining. So I was like, okay. We had a little sit down and we had like a little lunch stop at like 5 a.m. So I charged it for about 20 minutes. Then I got it back up to about 40%. And then at 45k, 5k to go, it just conked out. I saw the dreaded Garmin triangle, which means total power loss. And I was like, well, cheers for the heads up, Garmin. It didn't even give me didn't even say 10% remaining or anything. So then I had to I said, Tom, stay where you are. Do not move. Don't take another step because this has to be an accurate. I want to get all the miles I can because I want to try and get on the leaderboard. So then I had to charge it on the spot. I had to get my power bank out, charge it in my hand, wait for it to boot up again, get the course up. We had to wait for about 5 minutes. And then I was running with it in my hand, charging in my pack with it going over my shoulder, with me running like this, like I was holding a compass, looking at the map because I was holding my watch. Because obviously, I wonder why so many watch companies don't put the watch charger on the side. Because it would be so.
Yeah,
that would be such true. That would be honestly. That was the one thing that I needed last week was a power cable to just be able to charge my watch whilst I was wearing it. And I don't know why more companies or any companies do that or don't do it, because Garmin certainly don't. So
yeah, see, this is the other thing with I love my Coros, but the charger, because really watches, they've done an Apple on it, haven't they? And all watches make specific chargers for their specific watch. And like the Coros charger, it's a bit naff. The watch is brilliant, but the charger's awful. And you plug it into the back and you have to wobble it around to get it to start charging. And then you have to sit it so it's like putting pressure at the right point so it doesn't stop charging.
I don't think that's Coros specific, because I have exactly the same problem, and I wonder if it's because of all the debris and sweat and all that stuff on the
possibly
on the what you call the battery, what they call contacts. But yeah, it is annoying having to. And isn't that the most infuriating thing in this modern world when you wake up in the morning and you look at your phone or you look at your watch and you've got 3% battery because it didn't charge. And you're like, oh, does it get any worse than this?
Yeah,
I've hit peak rock bottom here. Peak rock bottom. That's a bit of a oxymoron for you, but yeah, I'm looking at a new Garmin. I think I will stay with Garmin just because I like the maps. And
have you tried the Coros maps?
No, I haven't. No. I know the one that you've got has got maps.
Mine's only got breadcrumb map, though mine has, whereas the next one up has got proper full maps.
Yeah. So that I was looking at that, but then I look at the next one up from mine. I think, well, then I don't have to start again. And Garmin's got all my data from years of having a Garmin,
and all the maps that you've already used. You could just download again.
Yeah. So there are a lot of reasons why you pick a brand and stay with a brand. And when you sometimes change systems, it is there's a bit of a teething process, isn't there, sometimes, with getting to learn a new. Did you get your Coros in plenty of time for? You had it this time last year, didn't you?
Yeah. I used it in Manchester last year, yeah.
Oh, you got it for Manchester?
Yeah. When did I first use it? It's a very good point. Hang on, let me have a quick look. I'm sure I bought it.
Oh, have you got it?
February 2024.
Oh, it was just after the running show, wasn't it? Was it when we went and saw Coros? Yeah.
So February 2024, I bought it, and then so I had it for Manchester, and then I've been using it up until now.
Are you still getting loads of juice out of it? Are you still getting loads of days of charge?
Yeah. Especially now as I'm not running at all. Because my Apple Watch, it lasts a day at the most, just from general use, and my Apple Watch is my daily watch. I haven't moved over to just using the Coros yet. There's loads of things that the Apple Watch does that the Coros doesn't do. And I've got so used to those things on my Apple Watch. I still use my Apple Watch as my daily watch and then just swap over to the Coros when I'm running. But when I put my Apple Watch on charge overnight, I put my Coros on to track my sleep.
Right.
So that's really the only thing it's been used for recently. I'm getting ridiculous amounts of days out of it when it's over, because it's just sitting there doing nothing, but then it's tracking my sleep. I've got like a month out of the battery. Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow, bloody hell, a month.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. That reminds me, if I do this 50k challenge on Sunday, which I think I will, the good thing is I shouldn't need a map for it. I think I know the way.
If you get lost, there's something really badly gone wrong.
And but I tell you what, so that means I won't have to have the map on my watch, which really does drain the battery.
Have you checked that there's no event on Sunday?
Well,
so you can actually go
Carnival.
Across.
Well, there's the Worcester Carnival, which is Saturday only.
Okay.
But will the, what are some of the classic legendary fairground rides? The City Limits. Did you have that at Redditch Fair? Did you have that? We used to have that at the Bromsgrove.
Always looked really dangerous, but you still went on it anyway. Yeah.
One of them was called the Shuttle 3000 or 2000. Basically the pirate ship that hangs upside down. There was that one, obviously the Dodgems.
Talking about City Limits, have you seen that clip on social media of a similar ride? It's not called City Limits, but it's exactly the same, but it's not being weighted down properly, and it starts wobbling all over the place, and loads of people who are watching go to try and hold it down, and loads of people are trying to hold it down because there's people on the ride and it's wobbling all over the place.
Trying to hold a fairground ride down.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find the video now. So whilst we're chatting, I'll just see if I can find it.
Is that why the Redditch Carnival isn't on this year?
No, it wasn't Redditch. I don't know where it was, but
Please don't tell me that was the UK. Mental. That sounds.
Yeah, I think it possibly was. I'm not 100% sure, but
do you know the flying? Is it the flying? I always get these two confused. The Flying Scotsman or the Flying Dutchman? That's what the one in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
So for context, anyone that doesn't know, in Birmingham on Broad Street, there's I don't know why, but there's like a massively tall skyscraper level fairground ride that will take you up to the equivalent of the 15th or 20th floor. And it will just spin you around, and you'll be on chains. And the faster it goes, the more obviously you jut out to the side. And it probably goes forwards and then backwards and then drops you back down. It didn't crash. I don't think anybody died. I don't think they did. I really hope they didn't. But a couple of people got really seriously injured because somehow they got caught up in the chains, didn't they? Of the ride. And I mean, that's the stuff of nightmares, isn't it, for most people, like roller coaster crashes and fairground disasters. You're going to have some dodgy dreams tonight. Have you just typed in fairground disasters?
I'm trying to work. No, it doesn't look like the UK actually. I'm lying. But check this out.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I wonder if the people who are on it have clocked what's happening. They must be panicking now. That is horrendous. Oh, wow. That is absolutely amazing work.
Yeah.
That's amazing rallying from those people who noticed that was going to happen. There's probably about 30, 20 people just stood on it.
Yeah.
God, putting their own lives at risk as well. Wow, fair play.
Yeah, but that's the thing when you go to places like Alton Towers and stuff, it's permanent. It's been built to like be there and nowhere else. You know it's done properly. But these carnivals, they've just turned up on the back of a lorry and they've been thrown together in 5 minutes.
I know. And when you were a kid, you wouldn't think it twice about getting on those rides, would you? And you're just like, But now you're an adult.
You jump on the waltzers. They'd be giving you stupid amounts of G-force as they're spinning around ridiculously fast. If that's not bolted down properly, off you fly.
That is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. So, hopefully there'll be no incidents at the Worcester Carnival.
But yeah, so what my question was is because of that event, will the bit with the wood chippings where you go across the race course, will that be open or will you have to go out and around?
Well, the Parkrun on the Saturday is on.
It's going to be the horseshoe, isn't it?
But they're doing the horseshoe, which is basically like a big umbrella shape, a big U shape. You do that 2 or 3 times. Imagine if I've got to do that for 50k. I did say I wanted to suffer
a
bit of monotony and boredom. In fact, that might be actually better because I'll be constantly changing direction.
Yeah. But
either way, it's bad.
Couldn't you get to the bit where the wood chips are and turn left out onto the road, go around the car park and come back in the other side? So it just makes the loop a bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably could. I could think of a way to do it without, making it traffic free. I could probably, I could even do it around the river if there's a real, but what I really wanted to do was run past my car every now and again so I could stop there. Because I don't trust some of the older Pitchcroft dwellers to not run off with a bag that I would drop. So fortunately, you'll be pleased to know none of our listeners nicked any of me drop bags from last week's 50k. So thank you if you were tempted for leaving them.
Excellent.
The drop bags worked a treat, by the way. They were
good.
I can't wait to tell you about the ultra because it was good fun.
I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Anyway, we're 36 minutes in and we haven't talked about any actual running yet again. So let's go through a little bit of running news and then we can get onto the other stuff. So first off, we spoke about last week. Are we keeping you up, mate?
Keeping you up, yeah. Sorry about that. I thought I got away with that. Do you ever notice my seminar yawns, by the way, on this podcast? Every time I sort of go, just pretend I'm itching my nose. I'm secretly doing a, I'm grimacing not to yawn. But so if ever you see me start doing that, I'm probably yawning. Sorry about that. Carry on.
It's so good. I'm joking. What was going to say? Yeah. So Diamond League. It's actually tonight is the where is it? The Diamond League tonight. Where did it? Monaco. It's the Monaco Diamond League tonight whilst we're recording.
That sounds pretty good. As an athlete, that sounds weekend away in Monaco. That sounds good, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? But it was last week the Eugene Diamond League. So it was the Prefontaine Classic over in Eugene. And there was some amazing results that came out of it. First of all, it was the Bauman Mile for the men. So it's normally one that like Jakob goes and races and Josh Kerr's there and stuff, but neither of them were there this year. Obviously, Jakob's still struggling with an injury. He's actually pulled out of the London Diamond League. So do you know the London Diamond League was supposed to be the big showdown between him and Josh Kerr?
Oh, no way.
Jakob's pulled out of the London Diamond League. So we shall see whether he actually turns up for the Worlds. I guess that's why he's not racing, to try and be at full fitness for Worlds. But if you haven't raced all year, are you going to be in race fitness and race sharpness just going straight into Worlds?
Yeah. Did he win it last year? Is he the reigning champion?
He won the 5,000 at the last World Champs.
Yeah,
but he lost to Josh Kerr, didn't he, at the last World Champs in the 1500?
I'm getting it confused with the Olympics. Is he World Champs every year, every two?
Every two, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I remember that race. Yeah.
But yeah, so he's got the bye for the 5,000, so he'll be automatically in the World Champs for the 5,000, but he's not for the 1500, so he'll have to go through the heats and everything.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But in the Bowman Mile, without Jakob or Josh Kerr there, we did have Jake Whiteman for our British entry into it, who actually ran really well and ran a PB. So it looks like Jake Whiteman is coming back to good fitness. But he only came 8th, running a PB of 3:47.82.
Right.
3:47 mile and you come 8th. It's madness, isn't it?
That's like me doing a sub 20 at Bushy and coming 380th. So I felt.
But Neil Gorley was also there. He came 12th in 3:49.41. But the main news was how the race finished up at the front. So Yared Naguse, he more or less was on his own for the last lap. He had quite a big lead, and it looked like no one was going to get anywhere close to him. Azadine Habs was in second, and he was trying to chase him, but he wasn't gaining at all. And then with about 150 meters to go, Niels Laros, who is the young Dutchman, I think he's only in his early 20s. It might even only be 20. But out of nowhere...
Real quick, are we doing the 1500 here or the...
No, it's the mile.
The mile, 16.
This is the Bowman
just over 16.
mile. Yeah, so it's 1,609 metres.
Yeah, okay.
Niels Laros, with about 150 metres to go, just started to pull back and passed Azadine Habs on the finish straight, and then slowly was catching back up with Yared Naguse, and they both dipped at the line, and he managed to win by 100th of a second over
I'm just
Yared
watching
Naguse.
it back.
It's incredible.
Wow. He looks like he could have walked the distance. Look at the kick on that Dutch lad. The last 100. Flipping hell. How much ground he's made up 10 meters there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah. And Yared Naguse, I can't tell whether he's blowing up, so he's slowing down, or whether he just thinks, well, I'm miles ahead, no one's going to catch me, so starts to slow up and sort of celebrate the win. And Niels Laros just comes out of nowhere and dips him to the line.
So he wins.
Yeah, Niels Laros won. Where he won in 3:45.94, and Yared Naguse got 3:45.95. But that was a Dutch national record.
Do you reckon he just didn't know he was there, or he didn't care because he'd gone too hard?
This is the thing. I don't know whether he was blowing up and starting to slow down because he was pushing so hard, or whether he eased up.
He doesn't look comfortable. But then again, if you look at it, I'm just looking at the slow-mo, he celebrates.
Yeah.
Naguse. He's got his arm in the air.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't tell whether
he knows he's there.
He's easing up because he's celebrating being so far in the lead and Niels Laros just pips him, or whether he was blowing up. Which one it is, I don't know. But
if you haven't watched that, I'd recommend going on YouTube and looking at that. So the thing is called, just type in Bowerman Mile Eugene and you'll find it.
But it was interesting because after the race, Yared Naguse, he's just been dipped for the line. He's come second, but he's still smiling and really happy about it. If that was me, I'd be fuming. Being dipped on the line, but he's still smiling and really happy. So, yeah, odd.
Yeah,
but
that's
there we go.
Strange one.
But there was some other great runs in there as well. Cole Hocker was 4th. Reynolds Chariot was 5th. Cam Myers, the young Australian lad, he was in 6th. Timothy Chariot was 7th. Grant Fisher was 9th. Hobbs Kessler 10th. And loads of PBs in there. There was 2 national records. The one I said, the Dutch national record from Niels Laros, and Azadine Habs got the French national record as well. So that was, a really exciting race in the end. It looked like it was just going to be Yaron Negus's race, but then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he had the kick of his life. But
someone's just written here. Sorry, just go back to the other race. They're saying it's the Femke Ball. It's a Femke Ball like kick. And someone's just saying, hearing the US crowd go silent as soon as it happened.
Yeah, because obviously it was at Eugene in America.
Yeah.
And Yaron Negus is American. Yeah. So
wow.
It was, pretty impressive. But then we had the women's 5,000 meters, and this was an incredible race. There was 3 ladies all together throughout the race, but then Beatrice Chibet just kicked in the last lap and left the other 2. So there was Agnes Ngetic and Gudath Sege. Sege, I think, is the one who almost broke 14 minutes last year, or was it earlier this year?
Right.
And in first place was Beatrice Chibet, who absolutely left them at the end of the race and came in with a brand new world record of 13:58.06. So she is the first woman to ever break 14 minutes in the 5,000 meters.
No way.
It was pretty incredible, but Sege sort of blows up and really starts to feel it in that last lap. But Chibet's kick away from Ngetic was just incredible.
Yeah.
But a brand new world record for the 5,000 meters for the women.
That's nice.
Yeah, which was pretty incredible. And then we also had a brand new world record in the women's 1,500 meters.
No way. I didn't know that.
And who do you think broke the world record in the women's 1,500 meters?
Was it, oh my God, what's her name? Mary. It's Mary, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
Starts with an F.
Oh, shrouded in controversy. I can't remember her name now.
Shall I put you out of your misery?
Faith.
Yeah,
Faith Kipyegon.
Faith Kipyegon, yeah. So after her attempt at the 4-minute mile over in Paris the other week, she went straight into the Eugene Diamond League, into the 1,500 meters, and ran a brand new world record, which, it just you could tell she was in good shape from the 4-minute mile, but she really didn't look comfortable at all trying that sub 4 mile, whereas it was a different thing in the 1,500 in Eugene. She looked a lot more comfortable, and the fact she was in a race rather than a time trial, the fact that it was a race and everybody was watching everyone else, not just her, it just seemed to suit her so much better. And she came in 3 seconds faster than the second place, Welteji, in 3:48.68. So, brand new world record, 3:48. But apparently, if you do the calculations of the pace that she was running at for that 3:48, it's equivalent to a 4:06 mile. So she basically ran the same pace in this race as she did in Paris for her sub-4 attempt.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's still blisteringly hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
but incredible that she's come from that race with all that pressure on, and then just gone, right, this is where I'm at home. This is where I feel comfortable. And then she's ran the same pace for the very next race and broke the world record.
Yeah.
Wow. But Welteji was in second, and Jess Hull, the Australian, was in third, and then Georgia Hunter-Bell, our British runner, was in fourth, and Nikki Hiltz, the American, was in fifth, and they all ran season's bests, and Welteji in second ran a PB. So they were all going really well. I think Jess Hull was pretty much the only one who went with Faith Kipyegon. Welteji was just behind, but then managed to overtake Jess Hull in the last little bit. But Jess Hull stayed on Faith Kipyegon and tried to run the pace, but she couldn't quite keep it up at the end. Faith Kipyegon just showed her class and just dropped everybody. And then like the second pack, Georgia Bell was like the first person in the second pack. So she won. She won the race of all the other people. The top three who were ahead of everyone else, and then there was a second race of the rest of the people. But it was pretty mad. But amazing to see 2 new world records at that Diamond League.
That's pretty decent. It's good for the old Diamond League, isn't it? People smashing world records there.
But I think, I think Grand Slam's track has given the Diamond League a bit of a kick up the bum to make their events better, I think. But there's a lot of controversy going around about Grand Slam track as well at the moment. But we'll talk about that another week. But lots of athletes haven't been paid, even though they were promised lots of money.
Oh dear.
So they didn't even do the last event, which meant the athletes lost out on quite a lot of money, and they haven't been paid for the events that they did do. So
oh dear.
But on the results again, we also mentioned it. I got this completely wrong. I said about the London 5000 that was down at Highgate. I thought it was going to be a daytime thing, but no, it was on Friday evening. So after we finished the pod, it was Friday evening. So it was like an evening event, like Night of the 10,000 PBs.
Right.
But in the women's race, Abby Donnelly took the win. She managed to hold on to the lead in the last 100 meters. There was a good race between 3 of them. But Abby Donnelly won in 15:32. And then Phil Sessamon won the men's by quite a distance in 13:46. So another 5,000 meter win for Phil Sessamon, which is good because obviously he's a marathon specialist now. So he's still got the speed down at 5,000 meters.
He's obviously wearing some new kit as well.
Yes. Well, he's not Adidas sponsored anymore, is he? He's an ASICS runner. Yeah.
Yeah, fair play to him. Yeah, good on him.
But there we go. That's pretty much the running news I had from last week. I don't know if you saw any races or know of any races that happened.
I didn't, but there's a couple of shout-outs we'd like to do. One of them we should have done last week, but we said we would, and then we just
completely forgot.
Didn't get around to it. So it's a bit late, but this is Ryan Close write to us. Now Ryan is the famous guy that has got me and Brett some tasty sunglasses all the way from the Algarve. Sent them over to us. I still wear mine all the time. I really like mine.
Yeah, I've been wearing mine quite a bit as well.
So yeah, Ryan, if anybody wants to buy us presents, you're more than welcome. Please keep them coming. We love presents. No, Ryan wrote to us last week, and I think what had happened is we'd seen it, we said it. Let's make sure we mention Ryan, and then we just started talking about aliens or something. So he says, "All right, guys, I'm running a half marathon on Sunday. This is last Sunday. I will most definitely be listening to the podcast as I run. Can you give me a shout out? It'll really push me on. Cheers, Ryan." Sorry, mate. Yeah. I hope that.
Go on, Ryan. Go on for last week. Go on, mate.
Go on. Yeah, I hope that you weren't listening to it going thinking, any minute now, they're going to mention me. Any minute now. So, yeah, I hope the run went well, mate. It was dreadfully hot last week. I think it was Droitwich Half last week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
which is up by where me and Brett live, and it's notoriously hot and hilly. Well, hilly anyway. And when you add the heat in there, or was it the week before? I can't remember.
No, Droitwich. It was the week before Droitwich, weren't it? Because we chatted about it last week. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't remember what was if there was any races on last week. While we're on the subject of races, I just wanted to get your opinion on something, right? How much is too much for a race? Do you think
expense-wise?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you're going to go for a PB. Do you think a lot of money, let's just say a marathon for 100 quid, Manchester, notably Manchester, because I don't know what the price of that is, but I bet it's not far off 100 quid, is it?
Oh, it's almost 100 quid, yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, at least you think, well, okay, well, if I'm spending the best part of a ton, at least I can make a weekend of it. I can go up there. I can dedicate 4 months, 16 weeks of my life to it. It's a whole life event. Fair enough. Do you think 42 quid for a 10K is a bit excessive? Because I do.
Yeah. I think
because I was looking at a race that I would really like to do, which is the Cheltenham 10K, which I did 2 years ago. Now, the Cheltenham 10K is quite, relatively for the UK, it's quite a flat and fast 10K. It might even be the race that Andy Rayner won last year. Did you see that he took the tape and he ran? Don't know what time he ran, but I think it might be that. But yeah, I think that's a bit cheeky. 42 quid for a 10K. That's half marathon territory, isn't it? In fact, that's expensive half marathon territory. But if you want a PB, is that money well spent?
I don't know.
Because there's not a lot of other good options around. Yeah. For a hard, fast, for a good old 10K at that time of year.
Yeah. It's a lot of money, though. 40 quid for a 10K is a lot of money. Is it closed roads?
Yeah, it's closed roads, and there's a half marathon the same day as well.
And I bet the half marathon's only 40 quid.
Yeah, might as well do that. So yeah, I don't know. It just feels a bit of a.
Yeah, it seems expensive to me.
A piddle take, but it's one of them where you think, well, they've got you by the balls, really. You can either moan about it and not do it, or just do it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I don't think I can do many other, because now I know the Redditch Kingfisher has been the plug's been pulled.
Yeah.
That would have been the one where I got my 10K PB with you last year. That would have been a good one for me to do.
Ulster 10K is still on though, and that's a great race.
Is that? I've got a feeling that's a weekend that I can't do. Is that the second weekend of October?
It might be. Hang on, let me have a look.
I think I might be on holiday for that one. I'm having a look as we speak as well. But
it's on the 5th of October, so it's the first weekend in October.
Yeah, I'm planning to go away because it's my 40th coming up soon, so I'm planning on going away for a couple of weeks.
When are you going to try for a sub 3 before 40?
Yeah, can't be bothered now. I think it would have been nice. It would have been if the stars would have aligned and I would have got into Berlin through the ballot. I think I would have thrown everything this summer at marathon training for that, because that's about 2 or 3 days before my birthday. But I didn't, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to say.
So 10K PB it is.
Well, yeah. Let's get sub 40 before 40.
There
I
we
think
go.
that's got a good ring to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because
there we go.
it's either that or sub 40 at Timberonga 10K the week before,
Ooh.
which ain't gonna happen. You might even struggle to do a sub 40 there because it's quite hilly, isn't it? But I don't know.
What? Sorry, that's just got me thinking. What did I run at Timberhunger? Can't even remember.
I watched a couple of your videos actually, because you've done a few videos from there, haven't you? About 2 or 3 videos, and I think you're in the 37s region, maybe, or is that a bit?
Which
will it be on your power of 10, maybe?
2023 was the last time I did it, because they
around
didn't
about
do it
July.
last year, did they? 36, 35 I did.
Oh, that's more than impressive.
Pleased with that.
Yeah. Well, the week after is Cheltenham 10K, so I might have 2 goes at 10K in a row.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do Cheltenham, I wouldn't push it too hard at Timberhunger, because it will.
Yeah, I know, but I probably will. You know, we're all good. You can't hold yourself back at a 10K race, can you?
No.
Half marathon, you can turn up and run easy, or you can run, steady, or just enjoy the day. But you can't really just enjoy a 10K, I don't think. It's too tempting to just, flog your guts out, isn't it?
I've just realised I've got in the cabinet next to me. I've got me.
Did you win a medal? Oh, right. So
I came third. So
I
nice. Won a mug, and I got a certificate.
Did you get some cash as well? How much you got?
No, that's from winning the men's vets over 35 tempo winter series from 21 to 22.
Is it a £20 note?
Yes.
Are you just literally keeping it there?
Yeah. Because
I like that.
It's the only money I've ever won from a race. So that
in a tumbler as well.
But the tumbler's etched.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's pretty cool. Is that a dead spider as well?
Oh yeah, there's a dead spider in it as well. There you go.
Did you win that?
Yeah. Won him as well.
They really take care of their athletes.
But there we go. That's how long it's been on the shelf, since 21, 22. But anyway.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you know, I would love to win something. I'd love to have a little trophy or a little something. I couldn't even get on the bloody leaderboard. I didn't even get the leaderboard last week. Did an ultra as well. I came fourth.
Yeah.
I'm just absolutely incensed.
Look, I got a certificate as well. It's like I did to school PE.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Is it signed by like the mayor or someone?
No, it's not signed by anybody. No.
Oh, that's a shame.
But yeah.
But that would be good to have a little trophy. But I imagine that's where going through the age cats gets a little bit more.
Yes.
There's a bit more to play for then. Because, it's not all doom and gloom getting older, is it, in this game? Because when you move up an age category, you might have a little more chance to.
Well, that's the thing. In February next year, I go up an age cat. So if I get into London, I've got another 5 minutes on the good for age.
Because you're in the V50.
All right.
I couldn't help it. Yeah, that will be quite, and especially if you're going to get quicker as well. You might start placing, or you might, the more races you do.
Yeah.
You might start coming on that podium a lot more often, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, a new age cat is quite nice, because you've become the young one in the age cat rather than the old one.
Yeah.
So I'm the old guy in the over 40s at the moment, but next year I become the young guy in the 45s.
The young buck. The whippersnapper in the age cat, who everyone's whispering about, saying, "Oh, look at him! Look at these kids in our age group." Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
and,
what?
Yeah, and you go into the over 40s. So there we
I
go.
will, yeah.
Rather than being the over 35s vets, you'll be
40s.
Yeah.
That'll be a very competitive age group, I would have thought. But on the subject of old men, I think that segues quite nicely to
it does, yeah.
a regular listener of ours who has got a very big milestone birthday tomorrow. So we would personally like to wish a very happy birthday to the one and the only K-Dog, Kieran Turner, who's 50 tomorrow. And he is celebrating by doing a 50K on his birthday.
See, I think that's a bit of a cop-out. He should be doing 50 miles, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I'll text him that later. I'll say
it's not much of a celebration, is it? 50K.
Yeah,
Come on.
Me and Brett think what you're doing is too easy. So, so he might even be listening. No, he won't, because I think it's his birthday Saturday, so this won't have come out yet. But I think he's planning on doing something. I think it sounds ace. Something called the Viking Trail.
Oh.
So I don't know if there'll be, he'll have to fight his way through any kind of, I don't know if there'll be a battlefield at one point. I don't know. But he's running out on the coast. I think it's like Margate and Broadstairs and all that kind of that corner of the world. And then he sort of comes back along the trails on the way back to the way back towards Whitstable where he lives. So so yeah, happy birthday, Kieran, and
happy birthday, mate.
A lovely day.
Yeah, and I'm surprised he's running 50K because I thought there was no way he was 50. I thought he should be running like 45K. I thought he was younger than me.
Has certainly got the fountain of youth, hasn't he? He doesn't not look 50 at all. And I'm also more shocked that he's not going to Parkrun, because in that new age cat, I wouldn't just be looking at the podiuming for Parkrun. But yeah, happy birthday, mate, and I hope you have a wicked day.
Yeah,
and
have an awesome one, man. Nice.
We'll spare you singing happy birthday because you all heard Last Christmas by George Michael, so we won't do that again. We'll save that till next Christmas.
Yeah, let's go on to then training weeks. So very quickly, I'll go from my training week. I've actually been to the gym several times over the last week. Managed 3 times last week, and I'll hopefully do 3 times again this week. I've been using the exercise bike and the ski erg and the rowing machine. Actually, what day was it? Sunday. On Sunday this week.
Ski erg, yeah.
I did me hour and 15 minutes on the bike, and then did 10 minutes on the ski erg, and then did 5 minutes on the rowing machine. But on the rowing machine, I'm only using one leg because obviously I can't push with my other leg at the moment. And I sort of went for it a bit too much and was like really going for it. So when I got off it, my right leg, because that was the only leg that was working, was a bit wobbly. So I'd got my left leg in a boot and my right leg was a bit wobbly. And I walked down the stairs and I saw Rachel Davis. Yeah. And she looked at me and went, all right. And she went, why are you limping? And I was like, oh, no, it's just my leg doesn't want to work because it's just overworked on the rowing machine. She's like, one leg rowing? What are you doing? I was like, I know, yeah. But yeah, I was basically limping because my leg was like jelly. But yeah, it's been all right. And actually, what day was it? Yesterday, I decided to try and do a bit of cycling on the static bike without the boot. And it was all right. Managed to do an hour. But there was no pain, but I'm still getting like weird sensations around my knee and on like my leg where the break was. And I can't tell whether it's just ligaments and tendons or whether it is still the bone like not being very happy. So I don't know. But I've got another just over a week and a half until my next fracture clinic appointment. So we'll see what they say when I go. But fingers crossed, they'll go, yeah, it's all healed. get rid of the boot because I can't stand any more time in that boot.
In this weather as well, it must be like a sweat fest.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
It must be just like, yeah.
But never mind. Anyway, let's talk about your training week, which will include your silly...
challenge.
Yeah. I was going to say excursion, but let's say challenge instead.
Excursion sounds good, yeah. Well, I might do it in reverse order because these 3 runs I've done are, So I ran today, ran Wednesday, ran Monday. So 3 runs this week. And I've done just nice, easy running. And I did pretty much 10 or 11K each day. About an hour and 10 of running each day. And I can't believe I don't want to, you know, when you think, oh God, did I really just say that on the podcast? But I can't believe how fit I feel. Do you know what I mean? Like I ran these easy runs in this horrible, really disgustingly hot weather on some hilly trails. And I just feel really good. And that, I just love that feeling. I love just feeling like I've got more. It's just a really nice feeling to have. So I've felt like that for the last 3 runs.
Nice.
So I've not been pushing the pace or anything like that. I've just been trying to, just get a few new hills in and stuff like that. And
you're fit, but my gosh, don't you know it?
Leave it out. I still like the streets. Do you like the streets?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah. That original Pirate Material. What an album that was. And so that was, I've run every other day this week, which has been nice. And then technically the run here says it was on Sunday, but it wasn't. It was Saturday. So Saturday, I went down to Parkrun. This is where my Saturday started because I really want my full Monty for the Parkrun challenge. So I thought, just because I'm doing an ultra at midnight doesn't mean I can't do Parkrun. Yeah. So should I just go and do Stratford Parkrun nice and easy? Nah, what would be the point in that? So I decided to try and run it at my goal half marathon pace, which will be 6:50 a mile, 4:15 a kilometre, which is that 90-minute pace. And I saw Rachel D, Rory, saw Harry Purewell and Ryan as well. Nice. And saw a few other friends, which was nice at Stratford Parkrun. And I forgot how fast and flat Stratford is. Apart from that 3rd lap, I boxed myself in a couple of times because it showed a bit of a course inexperience where I took the wrong line.
And in this weather, the grass wouldn't be slippy at all, would it?
No, it was a really fast course. And I did it in 20:47. So almost 30 seconds quicker than what I wanted to do.
Is that faster than you did Warsaw as your marker for the start of your challenge as well?
Yeah, and I did it like at, my heart rate was getting up towards the end, but it was measured, it was controlled. My splits looked very sexy, and everything was nicely under control.
Nice.
And just mega pleased with that run. And then saw Rory there and Rachel, who were just recovering from their 100-mile adventure down on I can't remember if it's the south or the north down. South Downs, yeah. And Rachel said she was just behind me. She was 5 or 10 seconds behind me. And Rory, I don't know if he dipped under 20, but he's considering he had 100-mile in his legs from a few days before. That's not a bad effort, is it? So he did about 2010, 2015. And then I had a bit of a day of just chilling because I knew what was coming. So I did a bit of planning. And what I was going to do was the Worcestershire Way, which, as you all probably know, you've heard me talking about several occasions, is a path that runs from north to south in Worcestershire, from Bewdley to Malvern. It's exactly 50k, 31 miles exactly. Now, if that isn't just a sign from God that you should run that as an ultramarathon, I don't know what is, which is why I love doing it so much. But I'd like to run it once every year, and I haven't run it yet. And I thought, I'm going to run it in 2025. I'm going to try it in summer because I always run it in winter. And my mate Tom is running something called the Joust, which is very similar to Endure 24, which is in September. And that's around, it's where you've done cross country before for Worcester, Top Barn.
Oh, yeah, Top Barn Farm, yeah.
So there's a loop of about 5 miles that they do. So it's very similar to Endure 24. And he wanted a bit of practice that because, like me, he'd never run at night, optionally, apart from being caught short, when the sun's gone down, you've got lost or something. And we set off at 11 o'clock at night from Malvern to Bewdley. And we started by putting a few drop bags at three different locations that I remembered from the way up from last year and the year before when I'd done it. And we dropped them at 21k, 30k and 40k, roughly, something like that. And we realised that 21k in was a bit far. Because I was thinking we can get through, we can blag a half marathon, we can blag a few hours because it'll be dark, it'll be cool. We won't have got through our supplies yet. We'll be feeling fairly fresh. So an aid station, you know what I mean, within 10k would be too short, would be not worth doing it. But we now wish we'd have probably done that because one thing we didn't take into account was the humidity at that late at night. It was like minimum 16 degrees. And it was just because it was dark, you think, well, it's going to be cool. It was T-shirt and shorts weather all night. You could probably have run shirtless. It was that warm. And we got to our first aid station or our first drop bag. And we were like, okay, this is going to be a tough day at the office because we'd already done some hills. And we weren't even halfway yet. And we were thinking, this is not going to be easy at all. And then, but the head torch, by the way, brilliant.
Amazing.
100 quid well spent.
You haven't actually said what time you started and where you started from.
So we started 11 o'clock at night from the Wetherspoons in Great Malvern. Yeah. Because the official start of the Wishy Way is under maintenance at the moment. So we had to go another way. So I said to Tom, let's go into Spoons at 10:15. Let's just sit down. We even had, I tell you what, I can't stand that guy who runs Wetherspoons, but I find it really hard to not enjoy a Wetherspoons because it's so cheap. We had a bowl of chips and a bottomless coffee for £4.50, something like that. Ridiculous. So I had an Americano. We both had an Americano at about 10:30, 11 at night. We were, dancing with the devil a little bit because we don't know. We're kind of hoping that, our digestive systems would play ball. Luckily, they did. I'm just sorry to give any spoilers, but I didn't have to drop any turds in a bush or anything. And so we had our coffee. We had a bowl of chips. Chips, by the way, were brilliant. The Wetherspoons chips, I really rate them. I'm tempted to say to Laura, next time we have an anniversary, let's go to Spoons because the meal was so good. It was so good. And anyway, so we started at 11 o'clock at night, and then straight away in Malvern, you've got a really big hill to climb. So we were walking for the first 15 minutes, and then we slowly got into it, and it was undulating, and we kind of had an unwritten rule between us where if it was flat or downhill, we run it. But if it's hilly, if it's a hill, we'll basically have a glance at each other and we'll be like, yeah, let's walk this. But if it's runnable, we will. If it's a ramp, we'll run it. If it's a hill, we won't. But it's funny what became a hill later on in the day. But we got to, about 30k. And by now, the sun was starting to rise. And times were getting tough. It was just like the sleep deprivation was the absolute. I know I'm stating the obvious because we set off at midnight, but I've never done anything like it. So by now we've been awake, 20 hours or something like that. And we're about 30k in. We're both trying not to absolutely lose the plot. But the good thing about two of you running together is you kind of blackmail yourself into not really showing your true self. Because you kind of want to be cheerful for the other person. Yeah. Because you don't want to be a real diva, if you know what I mean. You don't want to be a real difficult. You don't want to make it a nightmare evening and morning for the person with you. So you've got to try and be chipper if you can. We were doing all sorts of distraction techniques. And by 40K, I said, this didn't help. I saw Rory at Stratford Parkrun and I said, well, that's not helping, mate. He said, I've got a mate who did the Aberley Hill, which is our section we had to do at 42K at the marathon. And he said, I've got a mate who did it and he's fitter than me. And he cried when he got to the top of it. From the direction you're doing it. So I said, I'll be honest, Rory, that's not helped me at all. But cheers anyway. And we got to the top of that. And then we kind of had this sort of hallelujah moment. Because when you get to the top of Aberley, which is out towards the Wyre Forest that way, that's the last hill done. And it really is. I mean, it's not the last 5Ks downhill, but it might as well be. Like there is pretty much no hills worth worrying about after that. But we were so tired. We were like zombies. And what we both kept noticing was even the little distraction techniques that we were having, the conversations we were having, we were like, right, name me your 10 favorite albums, your 10 favorite films, your 5 favorite Leonardo DiCaprio films, your favorite football teams, your favorite kits. We were doing trivia, pub quiz questions. And then we'd look at the watch and we'd think, blooming hell, only 4 minutes has gone past. We thought like a whole hour had gone past.
Yeah.
And then we got to like 5K to go and my watch ran out of battery, which really annoyed me because I was just annoyed for I really wanted the 50K from Strava.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I had to upload it as what would have, if it turned out to be a 7K and a 45K. But yeah, we kept on. We kept going. The head torches came off at about 5 a.m. So at about 30K in, so just over halfway. And what's worth mentioning is that I liked that my head torch did was I kept my head torch on. I kept toggling between full brightness and medium brightness. And then for the last, I'd say 2 hours, it wouldn't let me go above that. It just went straight down to minimum brightness. But minimum brightness is still brighter than my better head torch that I've got.
Yeah.
So it was more than usable. And it was a really
Nice.
good little battery saving feature. And then, yeah, we got to, within a few miles to go. And then we all of a sudden got a second wind. But I've never yo-yoed like it before. Like the feeling of like saying, we really don't want to do this anymore, to feeling, this is nothing. This is fine. It's all right. You get to your drop bag, you have a swig of Coke and a bit of Lucozade and a Mars bar and some crisps, and you have your cheese wrap and you think, life's good. This isn't too bad. And, we did have some funny moments though, because Tom said to me, he said, like, I've started to, with fitness and running and ultra running and stuff, he's started to live by this mantra where he said, like, or he's heard someone say adversity is a privilege, meaning that hard work is only optional, if you know what I mean. Because for a lot of people, it isn't. And some people will face on a daily basis unimaginable horrors that we will never even be able to quantify. And then there's us moaning that we're a bit tired because we're choosing to do an ultra marathon through the night. And then what was funny was we came up to a style and he said, one thing I live by is adversity is a privilege. And I said, okay, yeah. And there was a style and he said, just open that gate for me. I can't bother to climb over that style. Because the style was about 2 foot high. It was such comedy time. It was brilliant. And we literally couldn't be bothered to climb over this style. So we had to open this farm gate and walk through it. But adversity is a privilege. And then, we managed to get to Bewdley and we did it I don't know the elapsed time because I was on 2 different workouts, but it was on it was about 9 hours 42, which is a personal worst of mine for the Worcestershire Way, but it was kind of expected, even though it was 200 meters less gain than doing it the other way. Because I think I did it 6 months ago on my own and I did it the other way and I did it in just under 8 hours. But that daylight and the tiredness makes all the difference, because when you've got your head torch on, even though you've got the torch, you just slow down subconsciously, because you just feel like a trip is only a second away all the time. So you're being extra careful. And but yeah, apart from that, the wildlife, everything is just so different at night, and you're constantly on edge because of all the noises you hear in the woods. And we didn't see a single person from leaving the Wetherspoons to arriving in Bewdley. It was so eerily quiet.
Wow.
And it was crazy. So we had like 10 hours of running, didn't see a single person. But yeah, we made it. We finished. We got our 50k in, said goodbye, and driving home, I was thinking I shouldn't have done this. I know you're not. Do we have this conversation? Do you watch Friends? You're not really a massive Friends fan.
I've watched it a little bit, yeah.
Well, there's a scene where Joey and Phoebe are driving back from Las Vegas in Phoebe's taxi, and it's taking them ages because they're driving back to New York. And he's having this little monologue, and he's like, "Are my eyes open? No!" And he realizes he's got his eyes closed. And I was like, I wasn't drifting off the road, but my eyes were so heavy. You know, when you're fighting that tiredness,
yeah,
and you're thinking, just get me home quick.
So,
if I'm in a traffic jam, I'm falling asleep.
You didn't stop for a McDonald's breakfast like you were going to?
I didn't even take a detour because I probably would have fell asleep in the drive-through. No, got home, went to sleep, only had a couple of hours, and then got up and then just did not stop eating. We had a Chinese, of course.
Nice.
Because Shimla's good, but I'm reserving Shimla's for PBs. Shimla's my PB takeaway.
That's the treat, yeah.
Yeah, that's the real treat.
Yeah, but the distance is the prawn cracker treat.
Oh, the chips and the rice just hits different. You know, all those carbs. And Laura's like, I can't finish this. Can you finish it? I'm like, yes, of course I can. Any more silly questions? Of course I can finish your food. But yes, so that was it. That was me. So that's my first ultra challenge done, which was the
awesome.
nighttime challenge. And
awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd recommend having a go at night, of running at night, because it massively takes you out of your comfort zone. Definitely.
Yeah. And a glowing review of the head torch. Massively
impressed, and I think it would have lasted another probably 3 or 4 hours. So if I hadn't have used it on such a high power mode earlier on, it might have even got through a winter's night, you know, like a 12-hour plus night, maybe. Well, you probably, if you're running, have you heard of the Arc of Attrition in Cornwall?
Yes.
Which is like the 100-mile race, but it's in January, I think. So you start, I think, at like 12 o'clock in the day, and then within 2 or 3 hours, it's dark. Mm-hmm. And then you've got most of that race is done in the dark. So you've got from probably 4 till, say, 7 a.m. in the dark, or maybe later. So you'd probably need multiple torches with you. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Or something to charge it, yeah.
Or something to charge it, yeah. So, but yeah, it was a good laugh. Nice way to spend an evening with a mate. And we just had a moment where we were like, wow, Saturday nights have changed for us, haven't they? There was a night when we go down to I went in Wetherspoons in my half tights. That was an experience. I was just thinking, am I going to get absolutely battered here, or like is someone going to come up to me going, "Oh, what are you wearing them for?" But luckily, it was quite a quiet night in the pub. So yeah.
Well, some of the sites you see in Wetherspoons anyway, they probably didn't bat an eyelid.
No, I just blended in, I think. Yeah. But no, it was good fun excursion, as you say, and yeah, one to tick off the list. Running at night.
Ace. Good.
It was good fun.
Good. Right. So next up, we probably need to go to mate. Parkrun in the red line.
Yeah, mate. It was you sent me some results because you text me saying we've had a big shake-up this week, and I have just seen the result.
We have indeed.
And it's very interesting.
Yes, there was some great running last week. So, yeah. So, before I go through the top 10 and the leaderboard, I am going to give some shout outs to some people for honourable mentions. There we go. So, first off, I'm going to go for KQ, Carl Quiney. And he gets an honourable mention because he got P1 at Telford Parkrun.
Amazing.
He ran 16:46 and got the P1.
Legend.
You can't win a parkrun. You can because KQ did.
Yeah, until you win one, then then try and tell someone that you can't win one.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our first one, and then we also had some other podiums.
Yeah,
we had Matt Morris who got P2 at Hanley. We got Matt Southam who got P2 at Eastbourne. And we had Simon Lee, who got P3 at Aberbeeg, which I think is a Welsh parkrun.
Yeah, that's in Wales. Yeah. Well done, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we had some podiums, but we then had some amazing running. And I'm going to go for top 6 in the top 10 this week. Although the top 10 from week 3, all 10, well, actually 11 people, because we had a joint 7th place. So all 11 people on our top 10 list from Parkrun in the Red Line week 3 were 27 seconds off their PB or lower.
That's amazing. The leaderboard is really starting to hot up now.
Yeah.
I love this. I live for this stuff.
In 6th place for week 3 in the top 10. So this isn't the leaderboard. This is just week 3. In 6th place was Chris Dorr, who came down to Ara Valley to try and get his PB. And bearing in mind, his PB was on the old Walsall Arboretum Parkrun course, which is a lot flatter than Ara Valley. And he got within 4 seconds of his PB. So that was
hot weather
pretty
as well.
Good. And then in 5th place was Martin Maguire.
He's getting closer.
And he managed to get 1 second away from his PB at Ara Valley last week. He knocked 10 seconds off the 2 previous weeks. He's had 3 really good parkruns, but last week he managed to get 1 second away from his PB.
11 and 1 second. That's very good.
Pretty good going. But then in 4th place was Peter Chadwick, who equaled his PB.
Shadows.
Got exactly the same time as his PB from 2019.
Wow.
So a 6-year-old PB, and he got exactly the same time. He got 23:47 at Black Rocks Parkrun, but equaled his PB. Which,
well done, mate. That's brilliant.
It's crazy. But then our top 3 from week 3 all got new PBs. So we got Mark Griffiths, who was 4 seconds under his PB, which is incredible. Then in 2nd, we had Max McCall, who was 13 seconds under his PB.
His numbers are getting big.
Amazing. And on Saturday, when I was down marshalling at Ara Valley Parkrun, somebody came up at the end and said hello and was chatting about the pod and everything. And then when I left, I put 2 and 2 together, and I guess it was Max. So, apologies for not knowing who you were, Max. But thanks for coming up and saying hello. But he got P11 at Ara Valley in 18:30. So that was his PB, knocking 13 seconds off. But that didn't quite make first place in the top 10, because in 1st place, we have Erica Donkin, who went to Dulwich Parkrun, which apparently is quite a quick one, isn't it?
She knows what she's doing.
So obviously searching out the fast parkruns.
Yeah.
And it must have been a fast parkrun, because she ran 28:24 and knocked 19 seconds of her PB.
That's quite a sizable chunk.
Uh-huh. So that is, pretty incredible, which means it is all change at the top of the leaderboard after week 3.
I'm gutted. I've been kicked off.
Yeah, you are no longer on the leaderboard.
And I'm 6 seconds away from my PB. That's the level.
I know.
Already.
It's bad. So, top 10 on our leaderboard after week 3. So we're halfway through our challenge, our 6-week challenge. We are halfway. And the leaderboard looks like this. In 10th is Tom Painter with 5 seconds over his PB. 9th is Chris Dorr with 4 seconds over his PB. 8th is Martin Maguire with 1 second over his PB. 7th is Peter Chadwick with 0 seconds over his PB. So equaled PB. That's a great run. But the top 6 have all got new PBs. So we've got 6 PBs definitely at the halfway point. 6th is Will Ford with 2 seconds under his PB. 5th is Mark Griffiths with 4 seconds under his PB. 4th is Matt Morris with 7 seconds under his PB. 3rd, Max McCall with 13 seconds under. 2nd is James Clifton with 16 seconds under. So that was last week's leader of the leaderboard, but he has been pushed into second place by our new first place, which is Erica Duncan with 19 seconds under. So that is the new target for everybody else, is 19 seconds under your PB.
And that's, so 20 seconds PB if you want to be the outright leader.
Yes.
19 equals you with Erica.
Yes. And remember...
Oh, God, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's the edge of your seat stuff.
But remember, it is your PB from when the challenge started. So if you've run a new PB during the challenge, it doesn't go off that new PB. It goes off your PB before the start of the challenge. So, don't think you've got to run another 20 seconds under a new PB. It is all off your original PB at the start. So, amazing work from everybody so far.
This is quite thrilling, isn't it, to watch from afar? This is this is really, really good.
Remember, the winner will receive a coveted Running the Red Line special personalised mug, but everybody who PBs will also get a little reward.
Did you want to mention as well our little idea that we can't really claim as our own because it is Leggett Lee's idea?
What's that?
About having a last day of the season.
Having a final showdown Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Lee wrote in and said, what do you think about seeing if we could get as many people who are either doing the challenge or aren't to come down to Arra Valley on the last day of the season, and we can all have little radios like football fans, and we can all see how Erica Donkin's got on, and we can all be seeing if they made it. Everyone could be on their phones looking at the app, and why don't we see if? I mean, fair enough. You might live miles and miles and miles. You might even live abroad, so maybe it's not on the table for you. But if you're local and you fancy coming down to Arra Valley, that's where we're going to be. Yeah.
Although
the last fixture,
you're not going to be there, are you?
I'm almost certainly not. No, because I'm going to be doing my my final challenge that I'm not divulging the information for yet.
Yeah, because
it might not happen. But I will tell you more about that next week. But I don't think I'll be there on that Saturday.
Okay.
But
I will be. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
And I'll probably be live streaming it. Brett's probably going to be like WhatsApp video calling me or something to say.
Yeah.
What
we might do, what I might do, because I'll be there, is I might take the camera down and we might film it as a bonus.
A bonus.
A bonus episode.
So, if you want, that's an incentive to come. Maybe, you are from Scotland, but now you're thinking, I'll drive down to Redditch for a 9 o'clock start. So I want to be on the YouTube video.
Yeah, and it is a fast course. It's not the fastest course because there is the hill 3 times during the parkrun. You do go up that little slope 3 times, and the first bit as you go up through like the trees and the woods on that first lap, it is a little bit uphill, but it is a decent fast course, Arrow Valley. It's where I've got my PB.
PBs. Yeah, my PB's there as well.
So it's not like it's a slow one.
No, and there's a lot of fast runners there, and there's a lot of runners there. So if you consider yourself at the middle of the pack or the back of the pack, you won't be on your own. Like, it's not a thin field, if you know what I mean. There'll be lots of people running all different. You know what I've just
realised as well?
Go on.
Hang on. What's the date of it? Our last day of the challenge.
So the 26th.
It'll be the 26th of July.
Yeah.
And what happens on the last Saturday of the month at Arrow
Valley?
Is
it Pacer Week? So if you're going for a lovely, juicy round number.
Yeah, it's Pacer Week.
Yeah. So get yourselves down to Arrow Valley. And there's talk of Leggett Lee even coming down.
I know. Yeah.
In fact, Lee, if you've organised this, you can't not show up now.
It'd be just like him to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Organise it and then not even show.
It's like not going on his own stag do. But Lee has been, I think he might have been on ChatGPT, was he, this week? And he's got like a 5K proper training plan. So he's taking it properly serious. He wants to get under 17, I think.
Yeah. He's put into ChatGPT. He said, I'm not fit at all, but I've put into ChatGPT to get a PB in the next 6 weeks. Which is like, what?
Yeah, that's what ChatGPT will come up with the goods.
Brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant.
So, you might get to meet the legend that is Leggett Lee down there. But hopefully we'll have a little community of us down there. Maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't, I'm not sure, but Brett definitely will. Yeah. And we'll maybe make a video as well. But yeah, how exciting.
Yeah, amazing.
Final day of the season.
It is hotting up though. We are half the way through and it is exciting. I can't believe how well everyone is running. It's awesome. So thank you everyone for taking part.
Well, that's it. Everyone's doing so well considering this crazily hot weather. Like, I know. It's really quite amazing. So well done everyone.
Anyway, next we should possibly go to some comments quickly. So first one is from Freddie Runs, and he says, I'm about to turn 49 and still go in the mosh pit.
Legend.
After me saying I stand by the sound desk so I can get the best sound. Freddie's down at the front jumping around with all the young kids. Brilliant. Love it. Next one is from the Great 772. And they say, I've been an Oasis fan since 2001. Oh, boo. I had to play catch up with their back catalogue. Amazing. Got me into playing guitar. That's awesome. I'm not the best, just good enough to play some chords. Liam's voice went off a cliff sometime between Be Here Now and Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. I personally would love to be sat in a corner of their studio with a cuppa chilling out. Dreamt about that a few times. I just wouldn't spend hundreds of pounds to see them live. Yeah. Kurt Cobain kept his prices low for the fans and was quoted on the ticket issue back then, which is still relevant now. Yeah, that was one thing that Kurt always said. He didn't want his ticket prices to ever be stupidly out of range because he wanted everybody to be able to come and listen to their music. That is one of the things about the Oasis gigs. And a lot of gigs now, just anyone. It's stupid money to go and see a gig. And like you're paying hundreds of pounds to sit right at the back of a stadium where they look like an ant on the stage. You're just watching it on a TV anyway. Yeah,
that's a good point, actually. It is obscenely expensive. You just think, imagine if you're the CEO of Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Like it's like the bookies, there's only one winner really. And it's the book, it's the,
Yeah, because the amount of charges they've got on, there's a face value of the ticket, but then there's booking fee, and then
Yeah.
there's like
Processing
another
fee.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But did you see what's his name, Matt Healy from the 1975 recently? Did you see him go on his little rant about people charging for meet and greets and saying, "Oh, you didn't see it"? So basically, he was having an interview, and he basically called out everybody charging for meet and greets, and basically said, if you are charging for a meet and greet, don't do it in the ticket price. Don't do the payment digitally. Take the cash off the person when they come and meet and greet you. And when they come to say hello to you, go, come on then, that's 20 quid. And he said, the first person you do it to, you'll instantly say, I'm not charging, because taking that money off somebody to say hello to them is a no-go. And he said, there is no way you will ever charge for a meet and greet if you took the cash off them in person. But because it's done digitally and you're not seeing the transaction, you don't mind charging people. And he said he thinks it's terrible that anybody would charge just to meet somebody and say hello.
Yeah.
Which is very true. Yeah. If they were taking the cash off them and going, come on, before I say anything to you, give me that money. Come on. Cover my palm with silver.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. Right. Next is from Jordan Knapp. And he says, just to clarify, clarification.
Is he going to tell us where he was born now?
Yes, I am from Lincolnshire and currently in New Zealand. And I carried the Welsh flag in South Africa. For the reason being, my nan is Welsh and I knew she would be watching the live stream of the Comrades. So the reason he was carrying the Welsh flag is for his nan, who's Welsh. So that now makes sense. Hope you guys can accept the clarity on that. And he says also
for clarifying the clarification. Yeah.
And he says also K's over miles. So I'll ignore that last bit. You didn't say that. I'll accept your clarification. Next is from James Phillips, who says, thanks guys for reading my email out. I'm sorry you feel left out on the car front, Andy, but we share the same hairstyle in common.
Good man. There we go. Fellow Right Said Fred impersonator.
I'm too sexy for my car. There we go. That's why you haven't got a car.
Oh, God. That's one song he's never played in his car.
Sorry, hang on. My cats are just having a wrestle in this silly heat.
Oh, can we see it?
No.
Is it kicking off?
Boba had just mounted Misa, and Misa was giving in. But there we go.
Probably best we don't see that.
Next one is from Anya Todd, and he says, hybrid rock starring the Red Line.
Oh my God. We have to do it, don't we? We're going to have to do it.
Yeah, brilliant. And the next one's from Alex B. Official. And he says, which is Alex Bowden, I think. Bowden. Yeah. It says, petition for Brett to do an official recording of the intro jingle and change it to that. After my little words to our theme tune. So he reckons I should do an actual recording of the intro jingle with words. So everybody can sing along every week. But
whilst we're on Alex's...
Yes.
Do you want to mention his question?
I was going to go to that after this last one, because we've only got one more comment, and then we'll go back to Alex. So next one is from, do you remember the 21st night of Mahemba? Yeah. So he says, just catching up as now back to training, and I've missed out on the Parkrun challenge, but maybe next time. I think you guys might have missed my last comment, but it was a long one, so I don't blame you. Unless you do actually want to set a new record and go over 3 hours.
Oh.
He said, Brett, I'm afraid you're just wrong about miles. To me, they only serve one specific purpose and are only useful when talking to non-runners about running. If they ask me how far I've run and look puzzled when I say something like 13K, I then have to do the conversion to tap into their car driving brain to get any kudos. And he is right. and kilometers are better? Or should we start referring to our parkruns as 3.10686 miles, one lap of the track as 0.248548 miles? I did say that when you're using the track, then yes, kilometers are better because tracks are 400 meters, but every other time, miles better. Having said all that, Brett did influence me away from the dreary world of slapping concrete in races in some Nikes to the 3 stripes, and I'm now all Adidas. So maybe I should switch to miles. Yes, you should. Got my eyes set on the Strava leaderboard. Keep the podcast nice and long, and hopefully see you up there soon. Awesome. Cheers, Matt. But
Cheers,
I'm
Matt.
sorry. No, I'm not wrong about miles. I am 100% right, because when you need to speak to people about running, they can't understand you and your silly kilometers, then it's obviously not the correct distance to be working in, is it? It's not the right metric. If people don't understand kilometers, then obviously you need to use the correct metrics, which is miles.
Miles are what we drip fed as babies, and that's what we know. But when we get into running, when we want to really get into the meat and bones of it, we need kilometers. We need accurate metrics in multiples of 100.
So when you're driving up the motorway, do you look at the signs that tell you how far you are away from somewhere, and do your conversion into kilometers to make it feel like a different distance for you?
Yeah. So I know if I've got 50 miles to go, yeah, it's 80 kilometers.
Yeah, right. You don't do that. You work in miles, don't you? Is your car European, and do you have a kilometers per hour on your speedo?
I've changed it. I've got rid of the miles. I don't want to know.
I've
got rid of that.
Okay.
So I've Tippexed all the mile bits out.
Yeah.
So,
but
you
anyway,
are correct, Matt.
It's
interesting.
You are
going
incorrect.
No, you are correct, Matt. Interesting to know that he's gone from Nike to Adidas, because I would probably guess that he wouldn't be the first or the last person that will have done that. Not saying that's the thing to do, but I think Adidas have had an incredible 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably the best out of all the shoe brands. And I think they seem to be stealing so many people, super shoes or daily trainers, or, I don't know too much about their trail stuff, but they've got.
Well, their trail stuff is really good as well, because they've got the Terex. Oh, what's it called? Speed Pro. So they've got the Terex Speed, which is it's like the Boston. So it's got half normal light strike and half light strike pro, and then the Speed Pro is all light strike pro with a carbon plate.
Wow. So the Speed has got no plate?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
But what's his name? The Adidas ultra runner,
Tom Evans.
Tom Evans. He's won loads of races in the Speed Pro.
Really?
Mm.
That's interesting. Yeah, but they've had a really good, and I honestly think those Evo SLs are amazing shoes. They're a bit like, I don't know, people used to talk about the Peg Turbos, or a shoe like the Alpha Fly 1, or a shoe that kind of people would consider groundbreaking. I think the Evo SL is, and I think it'll be around for a while. Adidas will either go one way or the other. They'll discontinue it because they realize how good it is.
Nah.
Or they'll keep making it.
It will be the new Ultra Boost. They'll just make more and more and more of them.
Yeah, because it is so good. I actually need to go shopping for another pair because I'm at 500k in mine. So 300 miles. So yeah. Interesting, Matt, that you've gone to the 3 stripes.
Yeah. So let's go back to Alex's question, which he sent us on Instagram. So he ran the Wire Forest Parkrun last week, and he got within 51 seconds of his PB at Wire Forest, which is pretty good going around that course.
That's really good, yeah.
And his question is, what amount of time do you think Wire Forest adds to your time because of the course and the elevation?
Well, the answer can't be given in minutes or seconds, because if you're running a 40-minute park run, you can't really say it's only 30 seconds slower. Or if you're running a 15-minute park run. So I don't know. But knowing that Alex is around about 20 minutes, because I think he did his PB at about 19:50. So he must have run 20:40-ish.
I can tell you what his PB is in 2 seconds.
So he must have run about 20:40, 20:50. Maybe less.
Alex Bowden, his PB is 19:50.
Yeah. So he said he's run 50 seconds later at Wire Forest, so he's done a 20:40.
51 seconds, yeah. So, yeah, 20:41.
So I think, because we run a similar ability, really, I'd say the Wire Forest is 1 minute. And I'd go as far as to say 1 minute to 90 seconds slower. I really think it's that much harder, because you're on trail. You're not. I know the first K. Well, there is 400 meters uphill to start, so don't forget that. But yes, I know. Talking your language, the first 2 miles are flat and downhill, but they're on trail, so that will slow you down ever such a little bit. It's not beautifully rebounding tarmac, so when you hit that uphill, I don't think you will have gone as fast as you would at some of the other fast park runs like Arrow Valley or Pitchcroft. So yeah, Alex, I'd say you're on PB form for sure. But you know you are, because you only did one 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I'd say the Wire Forest is a minute at our kind of level. At 20 minutes. So I'd say a 20-minute PB, a 21-minute round the Wire Forest is akin to a 20-minute 5K, I would say.
Yeah, because I said at least 30 seconds, but yeah, because I was going off, the fact that the first 2 mile are pretty much downhill. It's only that last mile that's uphill, but the last mile uphill is quite uphill. Yeah,
it is. But it's a difficult one, isn't it? And that's the thing we'll never really know, apart from looking at the stats of what hundreds and thousands of people have run.
Yeah. Because what you go down in that first 2 mile, you come back up, don't you, in that last mile?
Yeah.
So
yeah. It is a real. I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm going down there tomorrow because I really want to try and escape the sun, and it's the only part run I know that's like almost entirely in shade.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going down. We're going to go there, and there's a nice cafe that we can go to on the way home.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a really good performance. That is, mate. 20, just under a minute off your PB at that course. Yeah, that's really good going.
Definitely.
But it's not good enough to get on the board.
Unfortunately, no.
Your excuses will not suffice to get on the board.
Get to a flat one. Get to a flat one.
Get to Long Eaton or get to Dulwich. That's the one. Or Battersea.
Yeah.
So, but we've had a couple of emails. Shall I read through?
Yes. Go for the
emails we've had.
Yeah.
So we had one from. I'm going to read it on my computer because it might be slightly easier than on my phone. Right, this is from James Sleet, and he says, "Hi, Andy and Brett. Hope all is well with you both. Andy, great work on another sub-20 park run and the epic Worcestershire Way night run. Can't wait for the video for that one. By the way, I am literally making a video. It's just I've had loads of other work to do this week, so I haven't got around to it. So I'm going full Elesmore on that one. So expect that sometime next February. And Brett, I hope that the work in the gym is helping you on the countdown to being back out there pounding the streets. In the last podcast, you mentioned that some recent runs in the heat. Sorry, in the last podcast, you mentioned some recent runs in the heat. I did Peterborough Half Marathon on the 29th of June. And although it was cloudy that morning, the humidity was horrible. And when you're sweating by the end of the warm-up, you know that there's trouble ahead. I've been trying to break 2 hours for the half for some time with a PB of 2:02. And I was going to stick with a 2 hour pacer, but he flew off and was out of sight after a couple of K. I mentioned it to a guy who was running at the same pace as me, and we were both a bit confused as we were bang on 5:41 a k. We did finally catch up with the pacer around 12, so we had slowed down quite a bit. But soon after that, the race went downhill for me, and I wilted in the heat, finishing in 2 hours 10. I just wondered if you had either had any issues with pacers going off too fast, too slow, or too quick. I've been trying to track down the guy on Strava to check his splits, but I haven't managed to find him yet.
Oh.
Keep up the good work, Andy. I can't believe you haven't seen Bottom. You need to check out Rick Mail is a legend. Now, I know Rick Mail and Aid Edmondson are absolute heroes. I just haven't seen enough of it. I do think it's an amazing show. I just don't know it well enough to quote. So, but yeah, Rick Mail's like a local legend around here. I think he's from Droitwich, isn't he?
Wow.
Redditch?
I think I don't know if he's from Redditch, but he was he lived very close because he did it was like a TV film back in the 80s. I think it was the 80s. And it was called The Man Behind the Green Door, named after the Shakin' Stevens song. But Rick Mail had a character called Kevin Turvey. And Kevin Turvey was from Redditch. So this TV film, The Man Behind the Green Door, Kevin Turvey, is set in Redditch, and it's all filmed around Redditch. So at one point he's walking through Greenlands, and then he goes to the Kingfisher Town Centre when it was back when it had palm trees in the middle of the town centre, and you see all the old town centre and the old market and stuff.
I remember the palm trees.
And then Aid Edmondson plays a character called Keith Marshall. Keith Marshall's Musical Anarchy. And he's playing a little keyboard at Redditch United Football Club. Robbie Coltrane's in it, but it's all shot in Redditch. It's brilliant. Yeah. So if you're interested, try and find that. I'm sure it will probably be on YouTube. But I remember having it on VHS years ago and watching it just to see the old Redditch and how it used to be back in the early 80s.
Right. No way. But yeah, like going back to it was James, wasn't it? James's email. So first of all, mate, you were going for 2 hours, or you wanted a PB of 2:02. You came in at 2:10. That is not a bad day at the office. You've only just missed. That's not a massively wide of the mark fail. So don't worry about that at all. That's a really good effort. Consider the conditions at the moment. It's June.
Exactly.
It's really hard to PB in any distance, I think, anyway, let alone in summer. But what do you think about the pacing then? Have you ever, apart from pacing me, have you done much pacing?
I've done what's called Parkrun Pace a Week at Arra Valley. I've done that quite a few times, and I've paced different times and stuff. Sometimes when I'm pacing 19 minutes, I do come in a little bit too quick and too early. So I do a bit of a jog on the spot during that last 100 meters or so to finish. So at that sort of speed, it is more difficult to pace and get your timing right. But when you're going a bit slower, you've got more to play with, so it's a bit easier. But I do remember what year was it? But it might have been 24. So last year at Manchester, or it might have been the year before. I can't remember which one it was. One of the years at Manchester, I wanted to try and break 3 hours, and I set off at slightly faster than 3 hour pace. And I didn't catch the 3 hour pacer until about 3 miles in, because he had shot off really, really quick. And it was really difficult to get past him because so many people were like surrounding him, using him as the pacer. that it was like a big, huge crowd. So to try and get past that crowd, it was really hard to get round them and get on past. But he must have like shot off for those first 3 miles at a ridiculous pace and not 3-hour pace.
Like
and
250 pace or something.
Yeah, and I would imagine quite a lot of people in that group probably blew up because they set off way too quick.
Yeah, it's a dangerous one, isn't it, pacing? Because, I mean, try not to have a go at a pacer because it's an incredibly stressful job. Because, you know, let's say a half marathon or a marathon, if you run to the letter of what a 1:59.59 is, you'll probably come in at 2:03 or 2:02 because you'll find that you will run further. Because your GPS
drift
won't be right. Yeah, exactly. So that is why I would have thought a pacer will try and bank 5 to 10 seconds per kilometre or mile, you know, when they're pacing so that they can slow down. And don't forget, the rules of pacing are still massively up in the air. So let's say you're pacing a 2-hour half marathon. Is the pacer's job to get you in at 1:59.59? Is it 1:59.30? Is it 1:59 on the dot? And then you've got a minute to get as many people past you. It's a really difficult.
And is it the pacer's job to run exact split evenly throughout the race, or is his job to negative split or to positive split slightly, or what is the job and how are they pacing that run?
Yeah, Birmingham's a great example because at 10 miles or 8 miles. Sorry, I don't mean that. At 16k, there's a quite a stinker of a hill, which is about 400 or 400 meters long, something like that. You know, the one towards Cadbury World.
Yeah.
So if you're pacing that and you're sort of carrying a lot of tired people with you, do you sort of say, right, guys, we're going to take it easy up this hill? Because let's not forget, you're not a coach, but a lot of pacers kind of adopt that kind of trying to bring everybody with them kind of mentality. Do you sort of say, we're going to make the time up on the downhill? Or do you just forget it and just run because you're naturally quite fit and you know that you can coast up that hill bang on pace? So it's a difficult one, isn't it? And
also it depends on whether the pacer is pacing a time which is way slower than their PB or whether they're pacing a time which is closer to their PB. Because if they're a bit closer on the edge, then it's not as easy to pace evenly because you're putting in more effort because you're running a bit closer to where your like red line is. So it all depends on what pace the pacer is pacing at and where their normal pace is. So there's lots to take into consideration, isn't there?
Yeah, try not to blame the pacer and try and put more responsibility on yourself and learn. But if they do go off like a rocket, then don't feel like you have to catch them.
I agree with that. Put the responsibility on your pace. Don't necessarily trust the pacer 100% because there are times where pacers will come in over the time they're pacing, which is terrible. Pacers should never run slower than the time they're pacing, but it has happened quite a lot of times. So
it should be.
Pacers should always come in under the time or exactly on the time that they're pacing. But there are lots of times where they will come in over, and it
is a tricky one. But the best advice I could probably give is look after yourself. Because if you trust someone wholeheartedly, then you're at their. You know, what about if they go off at 1:54 pace for 10 miles and you can't run that, and you trusted them because they know that but they might know something you don't as well. They might know there's hills to come, or So
know the pace you want to run, so make sure you work to that. If there's a pacer there to help you, brilliant.
Yeah, and we say this block in, block out. You know, whenever we do our targets and stuff, we know what we want. Therefore, we need to be prepared to be running 5 seconds and that faster because we know on the big day, especially if it's a marathon, if we run to that pace that we've trained to, we'll probably come in slightly over. Yeah. Look what happened to me at Valencia with my blooming coming over 61 seconds over my time. So, yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, good question. Yeah. Next question is this next one is short and sweet. This is from Conrad, who's written in a few times. He says, "Dear Andy and Brett, I'll keep this short. On Saturday, which is tomorrow, the 12th of July, I'm running Race to the Stones 100k.
Ooh,
it's
amazing.
Forecast to be 34 degrees. Send help. That is all. Con. P.S. Loving the pod."
Oh man.
Wow. Holy moly. That is going to be an absolute sufferfest. But look after yourself.
Yeah, you know what the race is like as it is, but at 34 degrees, that's going to be even worse, isn't it, man?
Yeah, so you're going to have to, you've got no choice but to slow down, especially in that first half.
Yeah.
Because it's only going to get hotter because you're setting off at between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning. So you'll probably get your 50k done by lunchtime, and it's only going to get warmer. You know what it's like this time of night? It's still red hot until 9 o'clock at night. So if you go off too fast, you're going to really suffer. So
just remember to stay hydrated, but don't just use water, because if you haven't got the salts in your body to absorb the water will just go straight through you and you won't be able to hold on to it and stay hydrated. So make sure you're using some electrolytes to store that water in your body and keep you hydrated as well.
Yeah. But also don't forget to eat. Because sometimes you can forget to eat on these ultras, and
especially when it's warm, you don't feel like
you're
eating.
You're going to be sweating so much. But Conrad said in a comment on a YouTube video I did, he said he signed up for it. I think with a friend, because he loved what a good time me and Sam had when we did the 100k last year. We basically just laughed our way through that course. We didn't really do it anywhere near our full potential. And one year I'd like to have a really good go at the 100k again, because I really wanted to get closer to 12, 13 hours. And I think in the end we did 16 and a half. And that wasn't even on a hot year. So I would really like to have another go at it one year. But it's a good race. It's good fun. And it's a really good atmosphere. You'll be around loads of like-minded runners. It's a beautiful course, beautiful route. Yeah.
I'll do it with you one year. That'll stop you from going slow.
I think you'd say that'll stop me from smiling.
Yeah.
That'll stop me from laughing about. So but I hope you have a good one. And yes, I hope it really goes well.
Yeah,
so the last email we've got is from Rob Mills, and he's got a question. He says, a question for each of you. Brett, I turned up to Parkrun wearing my Obi-Wan Run Club t-shirt. Yes. And I was asked by another runner, what is this Star Wars Run Club? I told him about your YouTube channels and the podcast, but didn't really answer the question. So, Brett, why is your company called Obi-Wan Brand?
Well, I'm a big Star Wars fan, obviously. And my favourite character has always been Obi-Wan Kenobi. And when I was starting my my business, I needed a name for the company, and I decided to go for Obi-Wan, just because it was something I'm really into and something I love, and it was a little play on the name Obi-Wan by using a letter O, a letter B, and a number 1. So I wasn't quite Obi-Wan as it is in Star Wars. It was Obi-Wan. And I was playing around with logos and putting letter forms together to create a logo, and managed to fit the O, the B, and the number 1 together in the shape of a B for Brett. So it's just sort of happened. But then obviously when I was trying to set up Instagram and Facebook and a website and things like that, because it's so close to Star Wars, and other people within the Star Wars fandom use the name Obi-Wan the same as I spell it. Obi-Wan was already taken on Instagram. It was already taken on Facebook. The website was already taken. So I had to go for something else. And I just decided that because I was doing clothing and accessories and stuff and leather goods, and it was a brand, I just thought, oh, I wonder if that's available. And it was. So my handle online in all socials is Obi-Wan Brand, but the actual business is called Obi-Wan. But I just couldn't get that in all the socials. So yeah, Obi-Wan Brand it was as my @. And yeah, I'd started my YouTube channel originally to advertise and promote my screen printing business, and I was going to do loads of screen printing tutorials and screen printing videos, but I had one video made as like a promotional video that's out on my channel, and didn't make any more because I was too busy actually doing the work to spend time pointing a camera at me and then edit it. So and creating running videos is a lot more fun, and it's well, not easier, because they're definitely not easier to make, but more fun to make than pointing a video at me whilst I'm working. Actually talking to the camera and having the camera in my hand is a lot more fun to do. So it just turned into, a running YouTube channel. You never know. I might do some other screen printing videos in the future, but I just prefer making the running videos. But yeah, it's called Obi-Wan just because I like Star Wars and Obi-Wan was my favorite character.
Cool.
Sorry, that was a really long-winded answer to that short question.
There's another part to the email. He says, I've entered my first ultra called Beyond Manchester at the end of July, which is mainly on footpaths and canal paths. I'm unsure of the do's and don'ts of ultra running, so any insight would be appreciated, especially around you, especially if you should or shouldn't stop your watch at aid stations. No, never do that. And super shoes are a good idea. No, I don't think they are, to be honest. What did he say? Canals and footpaths? No, I would avoid super shoes unless you're going to go for the podium. Unless you're going to go for a prize.
What about the trail super shoes?
Yeah, I mean, even then, I would personally avoid them, and because I mean those trail super shoes aren't always marketed as ultra super shoes. They're sort of for trail half marathons or trail 10Ks, or not necessarily trail 100 milers. So I don't know if wearing carbon plated shoes on, having a really firm midsole would be a very good way to go. Personally, I would avoid them. Depends on what, if you're at the sharp end of the field, then maybe you'd want to consider speed. But for me, it's comfort over speed really with an ultra, because you're on your feet for a long, long time. And it's a different type of running. It's a completely different beast altogether. And one thing we say this sort of week in, week out, but make your own mistakes. Don't be afraid to make some mistakes. You'll learn. That's the only way and the best way you'll learn. So maybe, you'll get blisters, or maybe you'll wear the wrong socks. But that's the only way to really learn. So, but he says, keep up the great content. And I'm hoping that a couple of podcasts will see me through this ultra. Rob Mills. So cheers, Rob.
Rob.
I hope it goes well, however it goes. But no, you can't be stopping your watch, can you, at the aid stations?
No, not if it's, that would be like stopping your watch at water stations during a marathon.
It's all about, you'll probably, well, maybe you won't agree with us, I don't know, but it's all about the elapsed time. Yeah. Because you want your elapsed time to match chip time, really, don't you? Yeah. So, and it gives you an accurate time of when you're going to get to your finish time. So if you've stopped your watch multiple times, that won't factor in the amount of times that you've stopped it.
Yeah, because Strava will always give you a moving time anyway, won't they?
Yeah.
So you'll know what your time is if you had stopped your watch at the aid stations, because Strava will give you a moving time. But your elapsed time is your actual race time. So that's the most important, isn't it, over an ultra?
I was at the Great North Run last year, and what a lot of people do is bypass the toilets at the start so they can use the portaloos at 2-3 miles in. The amount of people coming out of the portaloo straight back onto the course, and I saw
Pressing their watch.
starting the watch. I thought, you cheeky devils, you haven't factored in your 2-minute stop, have you?
Yeah.
So yeah. But anyway, yeah, good question, good email. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
yeah, best of luck with your ultra, Rob. Nice one.
Awesome.
That's it.
So all that leaves is the Strava segment.
I didn't like the eyebrows. Can't handle the eyebrows. You made it sexy. I didn't like that. I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, brilliant. Anyway, so Strava leaderboard for last week. Where are we? So our last week's leaderboard, in first place for distance was Tom Pothecary with 82.1 miles, which is awesome. Great work, Tom. Second was another Tom O'Connell, with 67.2 miles. So awesome work, Tom. But then in third is actually our first place lady, which is awesome. So Victoria Lee ran 66.5 miles for the week. Absolutely smashed you out of the park.
Yeah, cheers, Victoria.
You even ran an ultra and you got nowhere close.
Yeah, that's Victoria's killed me there. Do you know, I finished 67th. No, that's this week. Last week I finished 28th.
Yeah.
28th,
yeah.
That's pitiful. So, unbelievable.
But awesome work, Victoria. Yeah, third place overall, not just in the ladies this week. So amazing work.
Yeah.
In our climbing,
actually, Victoria was only a kilometre off Tom O'Connell.
Sorry, my cats were just fighting again, and I had to.
Oh God, it's the heat.
Just break them up. They weren't like fighting, scrapping, but Boba seems to like standing on Misa, like she was lying down, so he stands on her and pins her down, and then just grabs onto the back of her neck and just doesn't do anything, just holds her. And he sometimes does it when Misa's walking around. He'll just run up behind her and just grab her on the back of the neck in his mouth and just stand there. But,
what a strange thing to do.
Yeah, but there we go. Brilliant. It's like he's showing his dominance over her, or
yeah. A show of masculinity.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity in your house. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Right, let's move on. Climbing leaderboard for last week. In first place was Josh Hurtado. What?
I know. This is mental.
20,279 foot.
6,100 meters. Yeah, 6,200 meters.
20,279 foot.
That's 3/4 of the way up Mount Everest.
That's crazy.
Absolutely crazy, that is.
Wow. That's over 25 and a half hours of running. That is crazy.
Madness.
Wow. Yeah, amazing. And then in second is Jonathan Hutchinson with 7,972 foot. And third is Tom Pothecary with 7,244 foot. So awesome work from all of you. And then because Victoria, our first lady, was in third place, we are going to have 3 more ladies for our top 3 ladies. So in second place for ladies was Chloe Hamard with 62.5 miles. Third Third was Rachel Watson with 52.7 miles. And fourth was Leanne Byard with 44.2 miles. So amazing work from everybody this week.
Yeah, very, very good.
Are you still checking out Joss's?
Yeah, it looks like he's from the Alps.
Oh well, okay.
I think.
Yeah, that
So,
sort of answers that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that might be why.
Cool.
But yeah, well done.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm not
Amazing
bitter at all.
work.
I came fourth in the elevation, 200 meters behind Tom. I need to up my game. I'm not going to get it this week, am I? The elevation.
No, you're not going to get
run
the elevation
Pitchcroft.
this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so awesome, amazing, and I think that's about it, isn't it? You got anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm done.
Cool. Okay. Right. So enjoy your Wire Forest tomorrow, and then your laps and laps and laps and laps and laps of Warwick Racecourse on Sunday.
Sunday Sufferfest. Yeah.
But yeah, we shall see you all next week. Thank you very much for watching or listening. See you on the next one. Cheers, guys.
Take it easy, everyone.